So, Deadpool and Wolverine, the first reactions have landed. They're actually really, really positive. And this is what I was just literally just alluding to in the previous segment, which is the Disney stock has tanked only because of this news. But even though there's other positive news out there, which should, in theory, boost it, but it hasn't. I just thought that was an interesting thing to sort of highlight. But let's take a look at some of these Deadpool and Wolverine first reactions because they have landed. I will say this. Take it with a massive pinch of salt, all of this stuff. We've heard this before, people saying it is the best, superhero movie of all time. We heard that about The Flash. So, take it with a pinch of salt. And even if this movie is good, which it might very well be, actually, I'm leaning towards it being, I think it probably will be a pretty decent film. I think it'll probably be quite annoying, though, actually, after a while. I don't think there'll be rewatch value. I think you'll enjoy it, and that'll probably be about it. But, even if this is a decent film, this will not remotely save the MCU because the MCU is a sinking ship. They can't replicate this tonality in any other movies because this is an R-rated film and the humor is very specific to Deadpool, etc. I thought I'd say that from the off, but let's take a look, shall we? So this is just going to be taking a look at some of the social media reactions because it's lifted. So Deadpool and Wolverine is the perfect love letter to the X-Men movies. So take a look out for things you see recurring through this. Balls to the wall, awesome, with plenty of heart and humor that will leave you wanting more. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are the perfect duo and inject much needed shot of coke-fueled adrenaline into the MCU. Let's effing go. Absolutely love Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, the cameos and surprises are epic, and the humor, action, blood-soaked fights, and needle drops are tremendous too. But it's the respect and love for the characters that win you over. The ultimate Deadpool movie. Exhausting, pandering, a derivative Deadpool and Wolverine suffers from thinking it's more clever and funny than it actually is. The hyper-meta humor is overplayed and the gags are repetitive to the point of boredom. This is actually the first negative I've seen.
Wow.
I had not seen any negatives earlier. Genuinely, earlier when I did my report, there were no negatives online. So this is, first one. I've not seen this yet. Deadpool and Wolverine is the funniest MCU project ever, and of course, the goriest. You should hope so, yeah. State the obvious. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman together as these icons is incredible. Surely are incredible, but okay. It's not perfect, but it's a thrilling theatrical experience and a step in the right direction for Marvel. You know what, though? I think Marvel does need perfect at this stage, to be fair.
Yeah.
Is Deadpool and Wolverine a blast? Absolutely. It's incredibly stupid. Also, yes, tons of laughter to be had with a bunch of really cool moments that had me smiling. Shout out to Hugh Jackman for a fantastically vulgar and entertaining turn as Logan. Because he's just cussing it up non-stop, apparently.
Wow.
Deadpool and Wolverine is so stupid, but is fun and has a cute message. I'm not sure it completely saves the MCU from the skid that they even acknowledge, but Hugh Jackman...
it has a message.
What's the message?
I think it's just save you. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? It goes without saying, Deadpool and Wolverine absolutely kills it. Ryan and Hugh brought their all into it. The R-rated action is still as gory as ever, and the cameos, when present, felt like they mostly fit well enough the story. Bigger implications are coming. I don't want bigger implications. I'm sick of bigger implications. I'm sick of it now. Deadpool and Wolverine is a game changer for the MCU, as it is the biggest, boldest, and most badass MCU film since Infinity War and Endgame. This is a recurring message, by the way. I've seen this Infinity War Endgame thing. I've seen this a few times.
Now that makes me feel like it's talking points. If they keep
I know.
That's what I've seen. Yeah, I think that is a talking point. That's what I'm saying. Like,
because I would compare this probably more to Spider-Man: No Way Home, from what I thought people were saying.
Seen that as well. Seen that one as well.
But Disney wouldn't want you to mention one that they don't get all the money from. So
yeah. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are the ultimate duo we've all been waiting for. Didn't love Deadpool and Wolverine. Felt like there's 7 movies jammed into one, but I laughed out loud several times. and the cameos are kind of insane. It's literally a eulogy for 20th Century Fox.
That's what we thought it was going to be right there.
Yeah. Deadpool and Wolverine is as exciting as you're expecting it to be. It manages to have the same tone as the previous films with super funny jokes and a story that will have you laughing and crying. Deadpool and Wolverine is a bloody fun car trip and an emotional roller coaster. Hugh and Ryan deliver exceptional performances, blending nostalgia, humor, and heart. It dives into themes of revenge, loss, moral ambiguity, and family, all while being packed with delightful cameos. Deadpool and Wolverine is one amazing F-bomb, slice and dice, good, nasty multiverse madness. I don't want multiverse madness. Pushing Disney's limits could go further, in my opinion, while being sassy, poking fun, and owning a good story and flow overall. The duo shined the most, of course. Oh, there was some more. I think there's some more on another page. So, what do you think about that? All that to kind of get you started. What do you reckon?
I'm still going into it probably with the same exact mindset I originally did. I mean, for the most part, we're hearing what we expected to hear. I still think the general audience is going to be fine with this one. The nerd reaction is going to vary depending on how hardcore you are into certain X-Men characters, I'm sure. I wonder if it's going to be depressing because we're just going to be reminded that Fox is now nothing. You know, what was once a very...
Fox is nothing, to be fair.
I do. I'm very disappointed because we used to have an alternative. Another studio that was out there doing things, and Fox had a lot of good stuff they did. They took chances. Unlike some of the other studios, they took a lot of chances. I mean, you can make fun of them for things like Independence Day 2 and certain other things, but they also took chances on things like Logan, right? So, I mean, you got to give them credit. But now we're just at a point, I mean, when they were post Tom Rothman, they were actually getting their, footing again. It was nice having another studio. Now they're just another, Disney property.
Just a footnote in history. But
and that's where I'm kind of worried about the eulogy part. But, again, it is what it is. And hopefully it's fun. It's going to be the biggest R-rated opening of all time.
Yeah, it's still revised there. But here's some other reactions that I found. So I saw this one before. Says, this is one of the best superhero films ever. Heard that before. This is Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man No Way Home great. It's also the best Deadpool movie. If you thought Jackman was good in Logan, oh boy, just wait until you see what he does here. Reynolds was born for this role. Deadpool and Wolverine lived up way beyond the hype. Its seamless jumps from nostalgia cameo-fueled ride to a genuine, sweet and emotional tribute to the Fox era Marvel movies. It's insane how much was hidden. Funniest MCU movie to date. Sean Levy's action also kicks ass. Says Deadpool and Wolverine gave everything I wanted and more. Story's great, fantastic dialogue, stellar action. This was perfection. Mind-melting cameos, hilarious fan service. Don't like the fan service, but all right. It was an effing love letter to the comics and characters in it from start to finish. Sure. I think that's it. There was a few more that we're saying about, Avengers Endgame and things like that. So what I've got Tom's thoughts. What do you reckon then, Culture?
I think that I'm tired of hearing talking points out of reviewers because that's largely what it seems. I think Tom kind of hit that just a few minutes ago, but I'm sitting here listening to you and reading some of the comments and all of that. And I'm thinking I'm going to make up my own mind about this movie, and then I'm going to come and talk about it to like my audience and give a review and all of that. And I'm going to be blatantly honest about just how much fan service there is, just how how reliant it is on that and member berries and everything else. I want to be positive about this movie, but it's quite possible that if it's just a TVA suckfest, and it delivers more multiverse crap, which everybody is tired of.
Yeah, people don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. So people, if you watch my review, just know this: if it is a giant, time travel baloney sausage thing that doesn't wrap up the time travel garbage that everybody hates, you're going to hear it from me. You didn't hear it from any of these knuckleheads in these reviews, right? But I'm throwing fire. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sling it because I can't take it anymore. And you know what? I may be out on Marvel things unless Mr. H forces me to watch other Marvel things. I will be out on Marvel things. So
no, so I mean, look, well, my thoughts on it all. Look, I don't care about Marvel anymore. I couldn't give a shit.
I mean, really, if anything, they've given us a good out now, right? Like, we know that this is the place where we can exit the Marvel universe from here on out, right? If anything, for better or worse.
I mean, unfortunately for the work which I do on the channel, I will always have to cover some of it. And ultimately, would I like some good movies? No. Would I like some good movies to watch? Yes, absolutely, I would. But I just don't care about Marvel. I was never a fan of Marvel. Like I just watch the movies, and whether they're good, I'll let you know. And if they're not, then I'll let you know. Same with DC. I don't really care. I'm not a fan of either. I grew up reading 2000 AD, right? Completely different comic book style, completely different world, no superheroes. It was a very, very different comic book space. So I don't really care about Marvel. I don't really care about DC. Witchblade was another one I read, and The Darkness as well. Top Cow, Dark Horse Comics was what I read. As Alien Comics, Predator Comics, right? Those are my jam. So I don't really care about Marvel. I didn't like the second Deadpool. I thought it was pretty lackluster, to be fair, by comparison to the first one. I'm hoping this is good because this is over 2 hours long. I don't want to be in the theater not enjoying a film for that long. It's a long time to sit down with my back issues because I'm a fucking old man these days. So, I hope it's decent, but I don't really care regardless. I will give you the most honest review if it's crap. So these reviews, they seem very positive, but remember, The Flash had incredibly positive reviews. The best superhero movie ever made. It's amazing. It's groundbreaking. It's world shattering. Blah 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 blah. You could almost hear. Well, you could almost smell James Gunn's shit on their breath. It was disgusting brown nosing levels that the critics were giving to The Flash. So we'll wait and see about this. But the first reactions are here. We'll have to see what happens. If you guys got anything else to add, we'll.